Hi Fiends, and welcome to the Spa edition of Race Weekend Update. It was a masterclass in Belgium with classic Alonso, radio spice, and more Ferrari pain. My name is Stacey Hewen, and let's get into this weekend's stories. Max Verstappen absolutely dominated this weekend. From taking pole in quali by over half a second, to having to take an engine penalty and start P14, to finishing the race in first place with over 17 seconds of lead over second place, F1 fans around the world are starting to get nervous. We're about to enter an era of single team dominance. Except for the Dutch. They're ecstatic. Prior to the summer break, Mattia Binotto had been criticized for saying his team doesn't need to change anything. Many Ferrari fans speculated that he was just being outwardly supportive of the team, but of course he was being inwardly critical and working on improving things behind the scenes. Then, during practice, they put Leclerc on the wrong tires and sent him out to give his teammate a tow, wasting a brand new set of softs. This confirmed that Binotto was not lying when he said they would not be changing anything. Figuring out the starting grid today damn near took a degree in law to figure out, with so many drivers taking different penalties for replacing various mechanical components. Yep, I understood why this is happening, said new fans everywhere. Luckily for new fans, not much changed because Max Verstappen won anyway. Red Bull took a 1-2 today, to the astonishment of no one. Their car has been so dominant recently that the only person who can be ashamed of their performance today was Sergio Perez, who started 12 positions ahead of his teammate and still managed to finish over 17 seconds behind him. And if he was Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg would remind us he was in equal machinery. Lewis Hamilton closed the door on Alonso from the outside and paid the price with a lap 1 DNF. After the incident, Lewis was humble and apologetic, taking responsibility for the incident. Alonso had this to say.
Yeah, what an idiot, closing the door from the outside. I mean, we had a mega start, but yeah, this guy only knows how to drive starting first.
Following this incident, everyone was thankful to Aston Martin for guaranteeing we will have saucy Alonso radio messages like this for years to come. Early in the race, Leclerc had a visor tear-off get caught in his brake duct, forcing him to pit under safety car when he didn't otherwise need to. I have to wonder how Charles is getting such bad luck. Did he deny a gypsy a bank loan or something? Inflation appears to have hit Ferrari harder than other teams, as they've clearly laid off their strategists and are now relying on their drivers to pick up the slack. This weekend, F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali announced that Spa would remain on the calendar for the 2023 season, claiming, "We always said that the race is a part of our tradition and it has a very important place on our calendar." After making it very clear that they would drop the track in a heartbeat if a government from a country with poor human rights offered them more money to move the race to their boring and unsafe new street circuit. And now over to the Canadian positivity guy for the Canadian view on this weekend.
Well, you've heard the British guys enough, so why don't you listen to somebody else for a change?
Stefano's so-called Domenicali has been talking out of the side of his mouth these days more than Jean Chrétien, claiming that historical tracks are a part of our heritage, then turning around and axing them unless they cough up more dough. Buddy's so money-obsessed he probably fishes loonies out of his friends Chesterfields. This goof couldn't give a moose's testicle where they go racing as long as they're lining his pockets with old Lizzie. Spa isn't just historic, it also produces good racing, as we saw this weekend. That was a fucking barn burner. My guess as to why it stayed was he got tired of all the chirping. I mean, I would crop dust that chode if I saw him in the paddock. I don't care if it's just chin wagging, they need to stop acting like they're going to axe these tracks. You shouldn't gutty the fan base like that. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Lewis Hamilton's outfit drew a lot of criticism this weekend, especially for the weird headpiece. As it turns out, he was just getting in character so he could be ready to drive like a clown. And now for the spicy meme of the week, we bring you Masterclass, posted to our Formula Dank by Mr. Topcan. Honestly, I felt this one just nailed it with what happened to Charles today and the terrible strategy that Ferrari employed. And rather than write a joke about it, I figured what happened was the real joke, and that's why I chose this as the spicy meme of the week. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me if you did. And share it with somebody who might enjoy this. If they subscribe too, then we can grow this together and you'll keep seeing more videos like this. It's very encouraging when you leave a comment. Whether you agree or disagree, it's just nice to know that people are watching. My name is Stacey Hewen, and let's be fiends together.